Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. When you see this, it will be December 1st. That is absolutely insane. I feel like I say this for every year, but I feel like it's flying by. Um, Speaking of which, I'm almost in my Christmas shopping, so that's good. And I know you can't really see it. I can't go any further back. I'm like literally right on my wall. And once again, we're in the corner. This is where I've been. This is where we're going to be for a little. Well, I think next week I'll move. But today we're here again, and you can't really see, but I'm wearing my little reindeer antlers with the little Christmas bells. So we're gonna be talking about a Christmas movie today, and I'm wearing my Beyonce shirt because I'm going to go see a Renaissance tonight. It officially comes out tomorrow when you will see this video. So I'm very excited, and I'm going to one of those ones where you can eat, those theaters. I'm very excited. So let's get into it. I talked about it on Wednesday that I am going to review it last holiday, and that's what we're going to do today. This is my first time seeing it all the way through. So I'm going to give background information, pros, cons, overall opinions. You know the drill. Okay, you can kind of see it a little better in the back. I contemplated between this and a specific character one because there's some movies that I want to review, and my job has for little antlers for this character. But I just felt like this is just a good universal one. And why do I need two? And then it also kind of reminds me of the movies I'm going to talk about either next week or whenever I get through them. But it's going to be in the coming weeks. I don't really want to spoil it. I feel like maybe I have already spoiled it, but I can't remember. But let's get into last holiday, basically. So I'm going to give a teeny tiny biography on Queen Latifah. If you want to know more, I got this from Wikipedia, so you can read the whole thing if you want, or parts of it, whatever you want to do. She was born Dana Elaine Owens, March 18th, 1970, in Newark, New Jersey. She's an American rapper, actress, and singer. She's received various accolades, including a Grammy Award, a Primetime Emmy Award, a Golden Globe Award, 3 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and 2 NAACP Awards, in addition to being nominated for an Academy Award. And she's the first hip-hop artist to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2006. Which is kind of surprising. I thought that would have been happening earlier, but yeah. And I guess it's gonna be her most significant album. Her third album, Black Rain, 1993, became the first album by a solo female rapper to receive a gold certification by the RIAA, and it spawned the single Unity, which was influential in raising awareness of violence against women and the objectification of black female sexuality. And the track was reached the top 40 on Billboard Hot 100, and she won a Grammy for it. So that's a little bit about her. She is a lesbian. She has a wife and I think one son. So that's a little bit about Queen Latifah. She's the main actress. So the movie is a romantic comedy drama. The synopsis is This film is loosely based on a 1950s British film of the same name by J.B. Priestley. I did not look up. That's what I wanted to do, but I think I forgot. I wanted to look up how similar or not similar they were, so I don't have any information on that. But then I did read some critic reviews, and they kind of acted like it wasn't as good as the original or something like that. Or that it wasn't a true adaptation, something like that. But otherwise, I think I saw pretty positive reviews. Or yeah, it's kind of interesting. So at the top of the Wikipedia page for Last Holiday, it says there were mixed reviews, but that people were really praising Queen Latifah. But then when you go to the actual reaction spot, they don't have. I feel like they didn't have the mixed reviews excerpts, just the positive ones. So I'm like, maybe you should edit this. But anyway, the film stars Queen Latifah as Georgia, a humble department store assistant who is told that she has a rare brain condition and only has a few weeks to live. She promptly decides to spend her remaining funds on a luxury holiday in Europe before she dies. I feel like this is not really a spoiler because I just told you that's what the movie's about, so it's not really a spoiler. But she does not get a second opinion. And I didn't put that in my notes, but I thought about that today. Like, girl, you didn't want to get, some extra confirmation? She was just like, oh, this is it. I'm dying. She was just okay with that, I guess. So, yeah. It was released January 13th, 2006. Directed by Wayne Wang. Say that 5 times fast. The cast, of course, is Queen Latifah as Georgia Bird. That's the main character. LL Cool J as Sean Williams. That's like her boo in the movie, or I guess her crush. I mean, they do. I guess this is kind of spoiler. They do get together, so. I mean, it is what it is. It's a romantic Christmas movie. I mean, what do you think is gonna happen, right? Okay. Timothy Hutton as Matthew Cragen, who's like the owner of the Cragen stores that Queen Latifah's character works at. Giancarlo Esposito as Senator Dillings. He's a senator in New Orleans, where she lives, and he does work with her church, so that's how they know each other. Alicia Witt as Miss Allison Burns. I want to say that was Cragen's assistant / mistress. Georg, Depardieu as Chef Didier. My French pronunciation is terrible, so sorry. Jane Adams as Rochelle. I think she was one of like Queen Latifah's like co-workers that they were like cool, like like work best friends, basically. Susan Kellerman as Mrs. Gunter. She's like a mean manager at the hotel she's staying at Europe. She's like real strict. Y'all strict up in here. Okay. Ranjit Chaudhary as Dr. We're going to call him Dr. Gupta because I cannot say his first name. And Michael Nouri as Congressman Stewart. I feel like he was there. He was there with Cragen, like he was part of their crew. So it was Cragen, Allison, Senator Dillings, and I feel like there was another woman. Oh, and then they have another character named Darius. I think that was also there. So, Joska Washington as Darius. I think they were all... No, Darius was the little boy that was her neighbor. Never mind that. So it was Congressman Stewart, Allison, Senator Dillings, and Cragen. So those 5 were like on vacation together. Then Emerald Lagasse was there as himself. Oh, Matt Ross as Mr. Adaman. He was like the head manager. I guess he would be the store manager at the store. And he was not a good character. He was an asshole. And Smokey Robinson as himself. He was singing at a concert they were at. So, where can you stream it? You can watch it free on Pluto TV. Subscription, you have to be subscribed to watch it. The first one is Paramount Plus, which is where I watched it, because I moved off my friend on her Paramount Plus. That's where I watched it. And they have YouTube and Prime Video. And to buy or rent it, you can rent it from Apple TV, Vudu, Google Play, Movies and TV, and Redbox. So that's the background information on where you can stream it. So I'm going to talk about my pros and my cons now. So my first pro is the acting and the characters, especially Queen Latifah. I said that in my short video. She did a great job as the character. She really embodied Georgia and just made her so like bold and fun and unique. And I think everybody pretty much played their characters very well. I think, of course, some characters could have been developed more, um, which I'm going to talk about in my cons actually. Uh, Especially LL Cool J's character, who is supposed to, be her love interest, but he doesn't really seem like there's not like much about Sean's character. He just works with her, and like they kind of have like they like each other, like they know they like each other, and like it seems like they want to be together, but there's not really much about him. His whole goal is just to get with her, so he doesn't really have much else going on. But I will say he still played his character very well, even though he didn't really have like that much personality to his character. And everybody else, especially Matthew Cragen, he was so annoying, but he played his character really well. So, and Mrs. Gunther was really a good character. The Chef Dier. I know I'm not saying his name right. He was a great. His actor was a great actor. He played his character very well. Yeah, everybody pretty much did a great job. Uh, the little kid Darius, he did a great job. He was a little nosy kid. Kind of a tough kid. He did well, so everybody did well, pretty much. It was very funny, especially like the skiing scene, and Queen Latifah runs into Matthew Cragen. Well, actually, Cragen tries to follow her, so that's his own fault. So then he gets messed up because this is her first time skiing. So he gets entangled in her, uh, which of course she's okay at the end of it, but she wasn't doing too well. She was going a little too fast, and then he gets nosy, and he gets run over a little bit a couple times. But it was just so funny, and yeah, this movie is just funny. I'm trying to think of what else. Mrs. Gunter, being a little cynic, she's funny. Um, the chef, his chemistry with Queen Latifah's character was really nice. He had some funny parts. Um, he loved that she wanted to eat all his food without any substitutions. He does not like substitutions. He wants to cook it how he want to cook it. So there was that. And of course, Queen Latifah telling off Allison, who was the mistress, who was being mean to the masseuse lady, because the masseuse lady's like, "You stressed out. I need to help you," and Allison's like, "You doing it too hard." And so Queen Latifah had to go tell her straight. So I like that. Another pro was the setting. Oh, it's so pretty. Like, one thing I will say, this is kind of random. I would love to be somewhere where it snowed and I did not have to drive. I'm just on vacation. I mean, of course, like, there could be avalanches or other disasters. But what if I don't have to drive, and like my hotel doesn't get buried by like an avalanche of snow, and we're stuck in an apocalypse or something? That sounds great to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was like so amazing, and like she did all these fun things. She base jumped, she skied, she got like all of the treatments at the spa at the hotel. She went shopping. She did a lot of fun stuff. Um, which I would do everything but the base jumping. I wouldn't do that either, because Cragen, he's like so nosy. He needs to know who she is because he thinks she's like a competitor or something. Because when she finds out that she's sick, she's like, "I'm just gonna liquidate all my money," and she's been saving and she's couponing, so she got a lot of money, I guess. Which it makes it seem like. So people think that she's like a big shot because she was gonna wait for a taxi, but it was a long wait, so she got the helicopter taxi. So people think that she's like a big deal, which I'm gonna talk about that in my cons. I'm like, who cares? But anyway, I mean, I know some people, they can attract other people, and they can be like magnetic, like they're just outgoing, and people are just attracted to them. I can see that, but also I'm like, why y'all so nosy? You know what I mean? But yeah, but basically, Cragen and all his friends like really want to know who she is for some reason. So because she comes in the helicopter, so they're like, oh, she must be some competitor, some rich person. Like, he's really paranoid about that, and I don't know why. Just enjoy your vacation, sir. um, in the story. So this is also going to be in the cons, but I'm going to talk about the pros of the story. Um, I like the part of the story where Georgia is going after, what she wants and fulfills her life's dreams, and she's being bolder than before. And I like she went after what she wanted. Like, she was like, okay, I don't have that much time left. I'm just going to do everything that I've wanted to do and not, put it off any longer. Because she has a book of possibilities, and she just goes to, have her winter vacation, her last weeks alive, at the place she's always wanted to go to, eating the food she's always wanted to have, going on the shopping spree, like I said, skiing. She has the base jump. She gets to cook with the Chef Dier. I know I'm not saying his name right, but she gets to cook with him professionally, and that's just like, it's like so cool. All right, so let's get into my cons now. Number one is the backstory for Georgia. So we don't really have too much backstory for her. We kind of just get her, like, she goes to church. She's in the church choir as well. She don't have no kids. She's frugal. She likes to cook. She has a crush on her boss. I don't know if he's like the manager in her department or whatever, but she has a crush on him. She feeds the neighbor boy. She's a little judgmental, I'm not gonna lie to you. When she finds out she's dying, in church, she has a moment where she's crying out, like, why? And she's like, I never slept around like my sister and all this stuff. And it's like, girl, hold on now. So we don't really know much about her that much. And then we don't really know much about her, and then boom, she's dying. It's like, huh? You know what I mean? And the LL Cool J's character, they like barely have any interactions. His name's Sean, with her, but he's like in love. LOL. Which, I mean, he does say when he comes to the European place to, confess his love. I hope that's not like a too big spoiler. I mean, yeah. And he's like, I'll be with you for 5 minutes or 50 years, and of course they say that, but everything's gonna work out perfectly. So, but it was like they kind of had like maybe 3 interactions before she quit the job to go to Europe and live out her last weeks. You know what I mean? And then they were like, yeah, we're live. Like, okay. Yeah, it's a very underdeveloped backstory. And why should we feel bad for Georgia when we know so little about her? Of course, we do feel bad. I do feel bad for her. But it's also like we don't really know much about her. Like, why should we care? I mean, of course she's the main character, but like we don't really have like there's not a lot of a lot of base to this. Like, there's not like a whole backstory about her being. I mean, we could see that she's frugal, but it's not like outside of her being the main character. It's like, okay, like especially from the other characters' point of view in Europe, it's like, why do you care so much? Which I'm going to talk about that too. And then the second con is the story was patchy. Like, it gives a little bit of George's life in New Orleans, then boom, she's dying. Then she does all the things that she's been wanting to do, and then that's like most of the movie. And so it's like very uneven. And I feel like it needed to be fleshed out in the beginning, even though I feel like we do know her more in the middle and later of the film. It just feels uneven for the story. Like, there's like a little bit of her at home, and she's like, I'm gonna be bold, and then it's a lot for Europe, and then at the end it's a lot. I don't want to spoil it, but and then at the end it's like a little bit after Europe. But yeah, which I guess you can guess, what happened, but it's very uneven. So like we need more of a base. I feel like than to get to her dying and her fulfilling her life dreams. You know what I mean? And then my last con is the character motivations. Why do they care so much about Georgia? Like, just because she came in the helicopter. Like, just because she came in the helicopter, like, they're like, oh, she must be a big deal. And it's like, Why do you care so much? I mean, I'm nosy, but I mean, I feel like they were kind of like extra nosy. I don't know if I'm describing it right, but yeah, they were kind of extra about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. And what is their purpose for being in the movie? I guess just to be support for her, because it's like if she's on her vacation, she could just be by herself. I don't know. I felt like it would have been different if she like had brought one of her friends, something with her. Like she only had one friend at work, and like she didn't have no other friends or nothing. Like so you have to put her with these random people. I guess she's there to teach those people a lesson. I guess, but it didn't really make sense to me. Oh, and then also, why should we care about anybody but Georgia? And I already said, it's funny. I'm like, why should we care about Georgia? Why should we care about these other people either? Um, but yeah, it didn't really. I guess it was supposed to be like a connection with her and this was this the senator. Like you need to connect with the people who are actually living in your community and not just being with the rich people and basically letting them pay for you and give you perks so they can get what they want. So I guess that's the message. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, do we need a bunch of random people? I guess. I mean, I guess it would be boring if she's just doing the vacation by herself. I don't know. So let me give my overall opinion now. I feel like despite its flaws, this movie is just like a nice feel-good movie to make you want to do more in life. That's what I get out of it. I think everyone plays their characters very well and convincing. I think the beginning of the movie could have been more could have been fleshed out more. But overall, it's a fun watch. I would get a six. I would give it a 6 out of 10. It's not super meh, so I didn't give it a 5. But it could be stronger story wise and character motivation wise because I'm like, what is the point of this? Maybe if I don't know. I feel like maybe the story could have been she's at a retreat with other people who are dying and they share their experiences. I feel like that kind of would have made more sense than her just meeting random people. Not saying you can't meet random people at a retreat or if you're a solo traveler, but I don't know. It just seems so weird to me. But yeah, that's what I thought about Last Holiday. Have you seen Last Holiday? Let me know. I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure how I'm going to title this, but this is going to be my perfect Last Holiday list. So if I was about to, these are the top 10 things that I would do, inspired by the movie, because she did all those different things. I guess maybe I should have less than 10 items, because I think she only had like 3 weeks to do this, so I don't know, maybe I have to cut down the list or something. Maybe we'll just imagine I have 6 months to do this. 6 months, I'm dying. Okay. So number 1, I would publish as many books of my writing as I can. Number 2, I would organize all my writing in one place if possible, physically and digitally, so it's all together for my friends, family, and the world to see. Just put it all out there. I got 6 months. I'm about to, you know. Would eat everything I've ever wanted to try. Or they're gonna. I mean, I'm fat now, but like, I mean, if I get fatter, I mean, I'm about to die anyway. I will go to Paris. Hopefully, when the bedbug situation is done, because they talk about having this is so random, but I think they're gonna have the Olympics there next year, and I'm like, what happened with the bedbugs? What's going on? Is it the Olympics? I want to say it was the Olympics, yeah. Because I think I see Megan Thee Stallion doing like an ad for it. And I would do a lot of touristy things and local things, and of course eat at many different restaurants. LOL. So that'll be included in my anything I want part. I would go on a shopping spree like Georgia did in the movie, and wear all the styles that I've ever wanted to wear. This is kind of why I made myself have like a 6-month due date, death date, because I want to go to Disney World and Universal Studios. Number 7, I want to go all out on my last Christmas decorations, because why not? If I'm already going to croak, just have a Christmas bonanza, just go Christmas crazy, Number 8, I will go to a nude resort or beach I've never been, Why not? Let it all hang out. Um, Number 9, I'm gonna get all the tattoos and piercings I've always wanted. Uh, that would definitely require a lot of healing time. Because at first I was like, what if I just get them all at once? But that sounds insanely painful and insanely like a terrible idea for healing wise. Um, and then last, number 10, I'm gonna go to the New York City ball drop because if I'm gonna die, might as well have one last uncomfortable experience. LOL. So that's my list. What would you do if it was you knew you only had 6 months to live and you had to do your top 10, top 5 things? What would you do? Um, Also, I do want to do the New York City ball drop, but it is way more intense than I ever thought before. I got like more information on it. Like people are waiting there for hours. They're not going to the bathroom. They're not eating. They're just standing there. It does not sound like the experience I thought. I thought you just, you just walk up and then you watch the ball drop. But apparently you get. But I guess to get a good view, that does make sense. You should probably be there early. And also, I've heard of like hotels having like a view of it, and like I definitely heard it's like kind of a lot of money. So yeah, you know, if I'm gonna die anyway, might as well just be sitting out there for 14 hours and watch the ball drop for 1 second, or I guess 10 seconds. Um, but yeah, but as of right now, being a healthy individual, I would probably go to like some place that has a view, and that hopefully is not charging thousands of dollars for you to see it. Um, because yeah, that reminds me. I did my first concert in general admission where you used to stand with other people. I would not either. I would get there super duper early or get like a fast pass so I can get in the front. And then I'm gonna be claustrophobic anyway because there's not gonna be people behind me, probably all up on me. But at least I'm not. So what I had to deal with was like people up on me in the front and the back, and it was a lot. So I would either go really early or just get a balcony because it was a lot. It was like sensory overload for me. So I don't know if I would do that again because I didn't want to pay too much. But I was like, I might as well have paid the prices back then because people resell and they jack everything up. So, but yeah, so that's the main reason. The sensory overload of that. Before I kind of didn't really want to because I was like, if I gotta pee, what am I gonna do? So that was like one thing. But yeah, if you've done New York City ball drop, let me know how it was. Was it terrible? Was it fun? Was it terrible? But then you're like, oh, okay, at least I did it once. Um, so yeah, let me know your thoughts. I've already asked you, have you seen the movie? Did you like it? Let me know your thoughts about it. Do you love Queen Latifah? I love Queen Latifah. Do you hate Queen Latifah? I don't understand why you would hate her, but if you do, you can let me know. And I will see you all next week.